See, because if she is unwilling to stand up and say that slavery is what caused the Civil War, because she's afraid of offending constituents in some other part of the country, if she's afraid to say that Donald Trump is unfit because she's afraid of offending people who support Donald Trump, and because maybe she harbors in the back of her mind being vice president.
Presidential candidate Christie tore into Nikki Haley's recent comments about the Civil War during a campaign event in New Hampshire. Take a look.
Or being Secretary of State. And since she won't deny it, we have to believe that she's willing to do it. If she's unwilling to stand up to that, what's going to happen when she's got to stand up to Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries in Congress? What's going to happen when she has to stand up to Vladimir Putin and President Xi in China? What's going to happen when she has to stand up against forces in our own party who want to drag this country deeper and deeper into anger and division and exhaustion?
I'm Rayy Vana, and welcome back to Rebel HQ. Nikki Haley has found herself in hot water recently in regards to statements she made about the origins of the Civil War, as well as about her position on pardoning Trump were she to become president. And Christie has seen this as an opportunity to attack his fellow presidential candidate, and rightfully so. Just to jog everybody's memory, Nikki Haley was asked at a town hall what was the cause of the Civil War, and she gave a very evasive answer where she refused to acknowledge that the answer is slavery. So a member of the audience pressed her as to why she didn't say anything about slavery, to which she responded like this.
What do you want me to say about slavery? Next question.
Not a great response for the presidential hopeful, especially considering the thing that they wanted you to say about slavery was that it was the cause of the Civil War. Pretty straightforward. She had another blunder, which you might have noticed Christie attacked her over, which was her response to a 9-year-old child asking her if she would pardon Donald Trump.
I would pardon Trump if he is found guilty. A leader needs to think about what's in the best interest of the country. What's in the best interest of the country is not to have an 80-year-old man sitting in jail that continues to divide our country. What's in the best interest of the country would be to pardon him so that we can move on as a country and no longer talk about him.
Personally, I think it would be in the best interest of the country if the man who attempted to overthrow democracy as we know it is put behind bars, serves the time for the crime that he did. But as Christie insinuated, Nikki Haley knows that she's not going to win the primaries, and she's angling for a position in the Trump administration. In fact, Christie is one of the only presidential candidates who's been willing to, without reservation, attack Donald Trump. It's been the very foundation for his campaign.
The reason I'm going after Trump is twofold. One, he deserves it. And two, it's the way to win.
While other Republicans vying for the White House have mostly avoided mentioning the former president, Christie said Trump's name more than 40 times as he launched his campaign at a town hall in New Hampshire.
The person I am talking about, who is obsessed with the mirror, who never admits a mistake, who never admits a fault, and who always finds someone else and something else to blame for whatever goes wrong, but finds every reason to take credit for anything that goes right, is Donald Trump.
And it's nice that there's an anti-Trump voice, at least one, among the candidates in the Republican primary. But does it represent the Republican voters? According to polling, not really. According to all recent polling, Donald Trump sits ahead above every other candidate in the Republican field. According to 538, as of the end of December, Donald Trump is sitting at 61.2%, while his closest challenger, DeSantis, is at only 11.7%, with Nikki Haley right behind him at 11%. Notably, Christie is only clocking in with 3.4%. And it's important for us to pay attention to things like this, of course, as the future of our country depends on it, but notably to recognize that the members of the Republican Party are not going to save it, especially not when that party is filled with people like this.
Is there anything he could do that would disqualify him from your vote?
No, nothing. You know, he could move to Africa and he'd still be my president.
What if he shot a man in Reno just to watch him die like Johnny Cash did?
Yes, I would. Yeah, I still would, yes.
Is there anything that Donald Trump could do to lose your vote?
No.
Is there anything that the former president could do to lose your support?
At this point, no. Like, even if he got put in jail, I would do a write-in. Even if he got taken off the ballot, I would do a write-in for him.
Christie can sound the alarm from within the Republican Party all he wants, but it's not working, which is why it's imperative for Democrats to get out the vote in 2024, because that's the only way that Donald Trump is going to be stopped.